I'm really bad at introductions, so I'm going to skip that part. Rage 2 came out this week, and I have to agree with the general consensus that it is generally a pretty fun game. I'm going to shoot this guy. And this guy. I missed. Now, when a game is first released, or when it's first announced, really, one of the first questions that a PC gamer will ask is, what are the specifications? What are the requirements? What do I need to play the game? And when it is finally come out, people usually focus on what the recommended list is, or how it runs on the most current things, or at the very least, within the last 2 generations. I'm always a little interested in the minimums, because that's the developer saying that based on what most of what we've tested, this is the bottom of what you should have to enjoy the game. And so, for Rage 2, what are those minimums? Well, it is an i5 3570. I have an i5 3570K here. They're the same chip, just one can be overclocked. They want 8 gigabytes of RAM and a GTX 780. So how does that run? Well, I have that set up here, and that's what I have going. For the settings, forgive me, the auto selection when you first turn on the game is it puts you to, or it puts this configuration to medium. So they want you to play this at 1080p medium settings. Now I have changed a couple of things. I turned off VSync so that we could go through the roof in FPS if we are even capable of. And I turned off motion blur because I hate motion blur. And we turned off resolution scaling, which it apparently has, so that it doesn't do any shrinking of the resolution. It's just 1080p all the time. Should be, at least. Otherwise, everything is the default medium. And it seems that this is actually not a bad setup. I mean, we're not at 60 FPS at medium settings. 1080p, a little disappointing, but that just speaks to how old the hardware is and how, well, either how demanding this engine is or how poor performance the game is made to be. And there's been a couple of articles of the game having performance issues, but that's not what this is about. This is just, as it is today, how does it run on its medium spec. So we're going to go attack this stronghold here and just do a little bit of live benchmarking. We'll see how this goes. And it's not unplayable by any means. And we're getting 40s to 50s.
Hey Lily, I'm eyeballing one sketchy looking place.
I might stop talking because I want to focus. I'm not good at talking and playing at the same time, but we'll just do some benchmarking here. Play the game a little. Shoot some bad guys. We'll see how this plays. Where are the majority of you guys? Overdrive, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Hit him! Hit him! There we go. Who's left? Hi there. Oh, I got you unstuck. Or not. So that wasn't the worst it could have been. Not too many frame drops. It felt mostly consistent. I guess I didn't look at the frame times I have. I got the frame times right here. Right here. Can't see it anymore because of the ping. But it felt consistent and it didn't drop. I don't think it dropped below 40
A meteor.
at any point, which is good.
I'm afraid that's a lie. It fell well below 40, near to 30 even.
Now, I did go to... Oh, that's another thing. The speed of moving around... Excuse me. So the speed of moving around the map here is tied to the FPS. So if I were to come back here... Oops. And turn on VSync, then we can return to the map and it moves at what is supposed to be the appropriate speed of how you would generally move around a map in a video game's UI. So that's funny. We're gonna turn that back off. Oops. And then we are going to come to, where is it? Wellspring. And because I've been here already with this setup, and here's where we actually get some pretty low FPS actually. With all this lighting, all these shadows, all these kind of textures and polygons and effects from the lights, we really tank down, and it's not terribly consistent. We're getting a spike every few seconds. The game seems to be doing that before anyway, but it's not fantastic. Now, it's in the hub town, and it's not the combat, so if you're on something as old as this, what's going on here? So the low performance in town is not a terribly big deal. We can go to a couple of other areas though and see if there's differences in the different areas of the map. So we're going to pop over here to Laguni. In the town it seems to be more the same as it is everywhere else, where 40s FPS. Nothing too crazy in Laguni here at least. Oh, they're dropping probably from all these lights.
Meteor.
And then if we go out into the wilderness, let's pick a waypoint here. Where can we go? We'll go see this meteor.
Activating.
Seems to be more of the same. 40 FPS. 45, maybe 50 if it decides to jump up a little bit. And we still keep getting these frame spikes.
Destination reached.
Did we really? Oh, okay. Well, we will go fight whoever's over there.
Standby mode initiated.
Lily, you gotta see this place. Even goddamn Ranger Jersey would have treaded with caution here.
Yeah, Jersey died, so you gotta be better than him. Make sure you got the gear and the skills you need before going in.
Oh, it claims to be hard. Oh, it is hard. It is hard. They have stuff. I'm sorry, puppy, but you are trying to eat me. Oh. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. What else is over there? Big guy. Oh, did I get them all? Ha! There you go. Now we've moved to low, and it's ugly, but it does not seem to be a insignificant performance jump, because now we are actually reaching 60, it looks like. Mostly just below, or sometimes popping above 60 there, depending on where I'm looking at. We're still getting these hitches every couple of seconds. Oh! Thank you for interrupting me. So we're going to pop over
Activating.
one more place. We'll play it on low. And see if there's especially differences when we actually start blowing things up in combat and everything, because it's always different. Ooh,
This place has a bad vibe to it.
it's always different from when you. Who are you?
Rangers must assess the dangers in
You're the bad
advance
guys. Okay.
and go in ready for anything.
It's always a little different when things actually start happening. We are dropping back to that sort of 40-45 range we were at with all of this fighting and shooting and explosions and particle effects trying to happen, even on low. Oh, I'm out. Let's actually pop it back up to medium and see how much worse it is. We want that off because I hate that. We are down in the 30s and these hitches are making it very difficult to play.
Scanning not available. Nearby hostiles detected.
Get up there.
Scanning not available. Nearby hostiles detected.
Come on, let me up here.
Security scanning not available. Nearby hostiles detected.
Oh, come on. Who's left?
Security scanning not available. Nearby hostiles detected.
Who's left?
Security scanning not available. Nearby hostiles detected.
There we go.
All nearby hostiles have been pacified. Please approach for security scanning.
Let's open the arc.
Security
So
scanning.
there's a little bit of live benchmarking on how Rage 2 performs on its minimum system requirement build with the GTX 780, 8 gigabytes of RAM, and Intel's i5 3570. If you enjoyed the video, I hope you'll stick around. I'm going to try and upload videos far more consistently than I ever have been. But for now, I'm going to call it a day.